Hello.
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 Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the live Q&A here every Tuesday with Ashala,
And
myself,
Crystal.
and my lovely daughter, Crystal, my cohort, my partner in crime.
Yes. Hello, Christian.
Hi,
Tarabai Lupo,
Adele.
Adele.
Lovely
Community.
to see you. Yay.
Welcome.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to talk about yourself for a minute, Crystal?
Sure. We're just almost a couple weeks left until the sale is complete. And I am offering 20% off of all of my sessions and offerings right now until August 15th. So the ticker is on the bottom and the link will be below. Use coupon code Farewell20 at the checkout to receive your 20% off. And yeah, it's exciting. You can book all the way up until August 15th and schedule anytime in the future. I said that right this time.
Yes,
right?
correct. Yeah. Yes, you did.
So lovely, lovely. Please take advantage. What a lovely way to connect. And there seems to be something for everyone there. So
truly,
in terms of services
truly
and
there
price
is.
point. So
yes.
Yay.
So hi, Leo and Suzanne.
Hi.
Lovely to see familiar faces here. Let's get right into it.
Yes,
we have a
Christian has brought us a question, and while you
what?
put it up and read it, I'm going to go ahead and clear the cards.
Okay, fine. Hello, ladies.
With everyone's collective energy coming in here.
What are we being asked to release to raise the collective vibration? What are we being asked to release? Okay.
What say you? Where's the coming from? Let's go like this. Okay,
perfect.
All right.
I'm feeling like this will be a really great thing to look at with the cards because there's so many different possibilities, right? Is it releasing? Is it calling in? Is it a combo of both? I'm sure.
Such a beautiful way to start, hey?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, start us off. Thank you. Janice, Michelle.
Barb.
Hi, everyone.
Yay.
So I'll start off shuffling, tuning in, and then I'll pass it on to you, Mama.
Sounds great.
What are we being asked to release to raise the collective vibration? Yeah.
You know,
and everybody's wisdom is so supportive on this one as well, right?
Absolutely. And I'm just so in awe and honored by the incredible work that many of you are doing in your personal lives. I want to shout out to so many of you. I've done readings with some of you and just getting sort of a sense of the collective pulse in our community. It's extraordinary. Like extraordinary high evolving people that are really on a path of personal development, taking responsibility for their lives, for their own trauma, for their own patterns, their own family systems, and really devoting themselves to the world, to bettering our world in whatever way they can, both metaphysically and physically. So I feel like we are already doing so much, but what I'm hearing you say is there some more obvious things that we might be missing? Yeah, middle one, please. Crystal's had a bit of a throat tickle and a cough the last couple of days, but she's on the mend already.
Yes. Here we go. Focus answer. Oh, yes.
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay. Oh, that sounds like. Okay.
I love the sound effects.
I love making me some sound effects. Okay.
Wow, lots of swords there. So
Truly.
We've got the swords in the heart as ourselves. Many of us feeling really, hurt by all that's happened and happening. Of course, as we know so many truths, those truths can be very hard on our hearts. And while it is important to sort of surrender in some ways, that 10 of Swords, surrender and wait. Things may not be as bad as they seem at certain stages of this process. But at the same time, look at this. I'm fascinated by, we've got the 4 of Cups, which is kind of like protecting ourselves emotionally. See how
especially in the heart here, right?
Yeah.
This body language of those arms crossed, right?
Mhm.
I feel like we're holding on. So in doing a lot of coaching and experience in life, we realize that a lot of people, through our ego-based reality, are holding on to a victim consciousness of some sort. Even if we don't even realize that we're doing it, we hold on to these victim narratives because it's what has been enlisted to keep us safe. It's what has been, you know, the main purpose of that is to have kept our hearts safe. So a lot of this, as Mom says quite often, a lot of this heartbreak, trauma, and sadness has already occurred, and we're actually in the completion. And there's something here to me about, you know, a lot of our sadness right now has to do with so much division in our families, in our world, and we're really continuously feeling like we're kind of at a crossroads in that. And yet it seems that there's some real magic that is also afoot in all of it. So we're each being asked right through this, like, to focus on our you know, our daily routines, our habits, how we navigate ourselves through life. And through that, we're really spending time reflecting on some of our sadness, disappointment. This is leading us to create the foundation of that we can live a lot more in community, in co-creation, in building this sort of like new celebratory, inclusive world where it's not two sides that are on opposite sides or against each other, but there's a lot of equality, a lot of sovereignty, a lot of harmony that can come as the foundation from this. So, anything else there, Mama?
Yeah, well, you know, with this 4 of Cups and 4 of Wands, I really get the feeling that we are, you know, this is going to improve in the months and years to come, especially more in the years to come. So it's a little bit of this feeling of in some ways, we may be feeling like we've lost the war, right? We're looking at all the things that are wrong, and it's one of the harder parts. Have you ever had that in a relationship or in a work situation where you went through a really difficult time and there was a point where you just kind of gave up? Like you were just like, this is so hard, I can't handle it anymore, and I think I've lost. I think I've, you know, so there's a surrender, and then a waiting period. And I think in your conscious evolver, you call this cup full and then emptiness and void.
Emptiness and void.
Right? So after you get to this overwhelming, like, I can't handle it anymore, and you shut down emotionally and you let go of all ideas that you can fix it or solve it, you just surrender your thinking. And then you wait, because what else are you going to do? I mean, you're just sort of sitting there at that point in this stillness, in this emptiness and void. And then it's almost like things that you set in motion start to slowly grow.
Beautiful.
So it, you know, it's often after we come to the end of our rope and just kind of give up, or at least give over to, we can't control the outcome, and we surrender our thinking. We're going to keep our arms crossed and just kind of hold. Look at this, both arms crossed. Do you see that?
Yeah.
We've got the arms crossed here, and we've also got the arms crossed there. So it's not asking you to be like really open and trusting. We don't have a lot of the open trusting cards here. We've got kind of this protection. So if you're asking, what do we need to release? It's actually judgment, that we could have done a better job, and it's okay to feel kind of protective right now.
I would love to pull just a few more cards on how we can support ourselves and each other to navigate through this.
Cool.
Okay.
You know, you had an experience of something like this a few weeks ago, didn't you, Crystal, where you had hit a wall of you're surrendering and it's kind of like you're at the end of your tether, and then very soon after things started to turn around.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, you know, do we have to get to that point? I think we get to go through that experience. We get to surrender. We get to let go and go, you know what we used to say, let go, let God.
Mm-hmm.
So something
felt so much like that. Yeah, it felt so much like that. And sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it felt so much like that. And it also felt like in it was an opportunity to let go of feeling like I needed to control for everything to be okay. And that I was like, could see how I trusted myself enough to continue to show up for myself and my life and the co-creation, and that I was going to be cared for in one way or another, right? There were signs how spirit showed up for me, which was really beautiful. And then there's been this beautiful slow and steady receivership of all these little wins along the way that has been such like honey to my heart, and like really it was the opportunity for the up-leveling the way that we navigate through our consciousness, through what we think that we can control, and to reframe that experience a bit more. Yeah. Yeah.
And so for each of us, we have this happening on little day-to-day levels, and then there's greater levels where we get to these sort of, you know, full stop surrender places. So I guess the question is really about releasing into surrender when you get to that point where you're at one of your dead ends, just to go, you know what, I'm just going to surrender and rest and take a pause and let the void, let the stillness, let the emptiness be okay with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you have it.
Amazing.
How beautiful, and such a beautiful outcome of how we can show up for ourselves and each other. Thank you, Christian, for starting us off in such a lovely way.
And welcome to Leo, Michelle, Janice, Barb.
So Barb has a question there.
Okay.
Hello, Ricky.
When will Canada see the same benefits that are in the USA? Wow. I'd be curious, Barb, if you want to throw in the comments like some of the ideas of what you're referring to with that. Specifically, it's like there's different, you know, we have family in the US, and it's like we look across the board and it's sort of like there's things that seem better there and things that seem better here.
Truly.
So I'm just curious about what you're referring to specifically. You know what? Maybe what we'll do is take this question down and we'll put Susan's question up.
And then we'll come back to that.
To Barb's.
Barb, if you want to give us an example, it'd be super duper.
Okay, so Suzanne's asking, is SpaceX and Space Force utilized to keep meteors, asteroids out of Earth's orbit and mining them for resources to be used for new healing and energy tech? Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Okay, this seems like two separate questions.
Yes, so let's do 3 cards on that side for
SpaceX and Space Force.
Are they used to keeping meteors and asteroids out of Earth's orbit? And are the minerals from those meteors and asteroids being mined to be used for new healing tech?
Bless you all. What incredible questions.
Yeah. Thanks, Suzanne.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna have some shuffling into that too.
Of course.
I mean, we talked a little bit about that that was it the comet, the asteroid atlas last week. We had a little reference about that.
Gosh, was that last week?
I think it was just last
Wow,
week.
man, last week feels so far away.
SpaceX and Space Force, are they being used to keep meteors and asteroids out of Earth's orbit? Or possibly the larger ones. Right. So 3 on that side about that. Whoa. Okay, and then 3 on this side about mining. Huh.
Gosh.
You know, I don't really get a yes about either of those things. The mining, it feels like they may be researching the contents of them. There might be some research because this is a, it can be institutions, and in this case, it could be related to science and education. So there could be, but that doesn't, like if it was mining, we'd see a lot of different types of cards. That's not so much mining.
It seems like maybe they're not able to actually access, they're like, if they've attempted it, it's not successful in accessing being able to resource that at this point. And it also seems like SpaceX and Space Force, like there's been a lot of energy kind of put into it, and maybe also not the same, like the success that they thought that they were going to have.
Or right? Just like, to me, this feels like it's still pretty wrapped up in global politics. And it's, yeah, although I do feel like maybe it didn't used to be that. It used to be more literally a political maneuvering kind of entity.
Should we try looking deeper into these?
Yeah, maybe pull some more stuff on this, but it does feel like this new purpose-driven. Yeah, like yes.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Oh, wow. So it's heading in this direction, but they've still got to clear out the old, cabal,
controllers,
deep state stuff.
Yeah.
So, because it was really more about, war machine. But it's being kind of cleared for new purpose, is what I'm getting. Interesting. Yeah, great question, Suzanne. Blessings, Crystal.
Pardon me. At least I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go down and see if Barb's question.
No income tax.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks for your question, Suzanne. And we're going to jump on here. So Barb's question was, when are we going to see benefits that they have in the U.S.
Do they have no income tax in the U.S.?
Well, let's just speculate.
Is that part of what the tariffs are about?
Healthier foods and stronger judicial system. Okay. So, yeah, let's speculate generally about those things. How about that, Barb?
Is this possible in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are we going to see continuation in the U.S. of those benefits going forward more and more in that direction? So, and I get what you're saying, even with the healthier foods, with, RFK Jr.'s work on changing the whole narrative around health and, food additives and all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah, are we going to go in that same direction? And
Barb says yes, thank you. Perfect.
Is the U.S. going to continue going more in that direction? Hi, Linda.
Yes, hi, Linda. Hi, Rinsky. Oh, I wonder how to say it. Rinsky.
Hopefully we're saying
it right. I love your shows. Great questions, too. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
So
love having all of you. Monica, greetings. Oh, so lovely.
Healthier foods. How about that one? Yeah.
You betcha.
No income tax and a stronger judicial system.
Do we want to pull for all three?
Yeah.
Focus.
Let's
look at all three.
Yeah, let's do all three.
Okay.
So
income tax, healthier foods, stronger judicial system.
And that's both in the
Okay. Taxes and USA tariffs will do that. That's what I was wondering.
Or they're heading in that direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's have a look at that. Huh? Yeah, we haven't gone through the eye of the needle yet with taxes. There's still a lot more kind of, let's just say, turmoil.
Cracking down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to go through a more of a reverb bubble with that before it gets better. It's going to get worse before it gets better is what I'm being shown with taxes. But it's interesting because it could be a very, very pivotal turning point for Canada. That could be something that literally changes everything. It could be the game changer for us. Mm-hmm. So that more to come about that, but we're not out of the woods with that. I don't see that in the near future. We've got 3 major arcana cards, which are longer term cards. Yeah. And we've got the death card, which is the slow transition. So, and then the devil,
a fast moving card like the chariot, which is interesting, right?
So that means we're not going to drop it. It's on track. Yeah. It's going to change, but we're going to go through some
big stuff
to get through that eye of the storm kind of thing. So the eye of the storm with regard to income tax is still ahead of us in Canada, is what I'm being shown.
Yeah.
Okay, now healthier foods. That could be better. Oh yeah, that's way better.
Yes.
So we could see a change with that.
In the next few years.
Well,
for sure.
Yeah, increasingly stronger positive legislation. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be an easier fix in Canada. We're going to get some real traction with the healthy foods.
Seems like also like working a lot with like trade agreements or something to do with working with like farms and other like smaller groups of smaller resources to be able to bring that in, as well as it does actually look like the system will be doing that too. So we'll see what happens there, but that looks positive. Mm-hmm. Okay, and
the judicial system. Oh, look at that, the justice, the legal card.
Yeah, so that also looks good.
Yeah, interesting.
Really good.
Interesting that this taxes piece is going to be sort of the last man standing.
Right?
Yeah, because actually I think we're going to end up, it's going to go into looking at our constitution, our sovereignty, and it's going to bring up the Canada, the illusion piece and everything. So that one looks like the last one to really get sorted, but the judicial system is heading in a good direction already, and so is the health. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is, I guess, obviously the way that we've designed it to occur, those of us here in Canada. So at least there's some really beautiful cards on those two stabilizing systems. So
well, and we're gonna get through this. Like the death card means it's complete transformation, but I think it's going to actually go into more of the heart of our like our constitution, and that will become. It's going to be a much bigger thing. Look at that. Oh, right. Keep that up a bit. Yeah, look at that. That's like it's going to actually change everything about our country.
Yeah, I think there's actually going to be a lot of exposure of how we have been so messed with the CRA and it's quite the system that we've got going on. So there's going to be a restructuring that will happen. But we still have a ways to go.
We still got a ways to go. And I mean, it's hard to talk timelines, as you know. Janine and I discuss this regularly. We're like, man, people just want timelines. And we know it's really hard to do that as readers. So let's just start with saying these two look like they're much closer.
Yeah.
You know, and like Crystal said, within the next 2 or 3 years. And I know you're going, oh my God, but trust me.
So you don't know that.
Well, some people will be going, what? We want it in 2 or 3 months. And so, but these numbers could change, and this could run to the front of the pack. Just right now, it looks like this.
My advice for this, though, is that those of us that have the awareness of this not get too attached and freaked out by this reality, and keep our vision and our like the light of our being focused on this being the reality, that it is going to turn out better than we could have imagined, rather than so many people focusing on, oh, Canada's just going to crap, and you know, we need to get out of here, which is also a possibility, you know. And at the same time, this looks like it will reinvent.
Good point. Christian's saying a strong judicial system will lead to the other two advancing faster.
Precisely.
Yeah, so we're headed in the right direction.
Healthier beings. Like.
And, you know, we're headed in the right direction. And again, I often say, like, I've been on this truther path for a really, really long time, 30 plus years. And I don't see 2 or 3 years as being an issue at all. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this right. Let's not rush things and like the, you know, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on one sec, Mama. I just wanted to speak to Monica says that she wishes that she had bonded with her mom like you do like we do. Right. And I just wanted to speak to that, because our heart goes out to everyone that was not able to bond with their parents in the way that we do. And for us to really honestly continue to speak to, this is a pretty karmic path that we've been put on, and it has not been easy all along the way. And we have serious ups and downs, like any relationship does. And we've also been really put on this purposeful path to show up for the collective and to lead by example. And like, if we can't figure this out and support others in doing the same, then like, who can? So we really are so grateful that all of you show up and share in the positivity of that this can occur for people. And we send you and your mama and your two spirits love as well. And we're grateful that we can, again, lead by example.
Absolutely. Just to show that it is possible. And, you know, like deep commitment to self seems to be a big part of it for both of us, that we're both we've always been quite sovereign beings that are committed to our own sovereign work, spiritual work, responsibility for self. And, you know, we just keep, if we run up against things, run up against each other, bang our heads together, we just set back and learn from the lesson. And we know we're going to do it again and again and again. It's, you know, there's no expectation
we're like, wow, we really
of perfection.
Don't struggle ever anymore.
You know, but there's so much willingness, right? There's a lot of willingness and a lot of ability to like come back to love, come back to forgiveness, come back to the center. And there's more value in bonded, you know, that we're caring for each other than there is in cutting each other out. So
even though sometimes we want to chop each other's noggins off.
We got a lot of humor too.
Part of the fun.
We got both my children have fire moons, and so do I. So I'm an Aries moon, Crystal's a Sag moon, and my other daughter is a Leo moon. So we just have it out. Like we get everything out in the open. Rawr! People are always like, "Are you guys fighting?" We're like, "No, we're just having a conversation." Anyway,
bless each of our natural ways and the journey. So
okay, so we've done that one. We've done that one. Leo's got a question here. Books explore the law of vibration. Leo, you've always got these incredible questions about the laws, often linking it to
it's a question.
broader concept of the law of attraction. These books delve into how thoughts, emotions, and actions create. Okay, cool.
Beautiful. Law of vibration. And Janice had a question about bees.
Yeah, let's go to that one.
Yeah, I love talking about bees. So much that I'm knocking the equipment over. Thanks, Janice. Anytime we get to talk about
bees following me and gathering around me. What is happening?
Oh, you got the good vibrations, girl. Nice. Or the healing is required. Let's just see what happens. I'll just pause the constant commentary here. Okay, Mama, you tune into the bees following.
Oh, so lovely. Crystal's the real bee medicine person in our family. Yeah.
Got bees following me all the time. There's a really stunning book about bees called The Shamanic Way of the Bee, which our family has shared, read and shared multiple times with each other. And it is so interesting. So lovely. We have it right here, and we can post it.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's actually on my website and under the book club, so you can check that out.
Okay, so what do we? 3 cards. What's happening with the bees?
I love having my bookshelf right here. I can talk about things and I can just be like, there it is. Reach up there. It's on the top shelf. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, Queen of Wands.
What's that energy?
We could even say where we are, where we're going, how we're getting there.
Mm.
So, Queen of Wands, Hangman, how we're getting there. That's nature. Nature's coming to you. So where you are right now is the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of activation, a lot of curiosity, a lot of exploration. She's very colorful, this queen. She's very creative. She's the most creative probably card in the deck. So a lot of creativity, of metaphysical. We call her the witchy or the woo-woo queen. And that's where you are right now. Where you're going is almost like a new angle, right? Because the Hanging Man is like seeing things from a different angle. And it's also slowing down, right? It's pausing to reflect, to integrate what you've already learned. So it could be a slow down.
Feel the buzz of the bees.
And then how you're getting to slow down is nature is inviting you. And I mean, one of the things that happens with bees, I remember as a child, my mother very wisely taught me, if the bee lands on you, don't freak out, right? Don't jump around. Don't flail around and try to swish it away, because it will freak out too. And then you'll get stung. And the bee keepers all know that you have to move very, very peacefully, very slowly. Right?
It's so beautiful.
Does slow us down.
These little beings have such medicine for us. And I mean, I just see that as such a blessing that you have bees following and gathering around you. There's a certain frequency that comes with that. And I love that invitation to slow down, come into a little bit more internal tuning in with the vibration of the bees. I mean, I just love to, if I can ever access like a field of bees buzzing, it's just like, or sitting by some hives, there's just this extra tune in that occurs. And I do actually think that we have a lot of resonance with the frequency of the bees. So what a blessing. Love it.
Well, and interesting, when Leo said the law of vibration, thank you, Janice, for your question. When Leo talked about the law of vibration, bees are exhibiting the law of vibration.
Truly.
So when we explore that frequency, we come into a new vibration.
Oh, and you're learning animal Reiki. So animals are my favorite, and they're always attracted to me since a child. And now you're learning animal Reiki.
Yeah.
Yes, some people are so beautifully gifted with a certain frequency that the animals just are magnetized to, and it takes all types, and that's so beautiful that you're here for it. I'm even calling them and they appear instantly. It's getting crazy, hundreds of them. Whoa. Okay. So, I mean, the other book that is really stunning about working with the bees is The Fifth Sacred Thing.
Mm-hmm.
That may be
although,
a little.
although we were so disappointed, you know, we used to really love Starhawk's books, and she unfortunately went down the woke path pretty heavy. So,
which is so wild. I mean, I've gone back recently and listened to The Fifth Sacred Thing, and it just was so in alignment with where we are now. And it's like how, you know, I mean, everybody has their place in time. It is what it is. But
there is a section in that book that has a beautiful story about working with the bees and the bee medicine. But
I'm sure there's so many out there.
Yeah, it sounds like you are
already
really on the path. That's incredible, Janice. And
keep us posted.
Yeah,
I love it.
Like, this is just such a, both of these cards are very much about the I want to say the feminine exalted in the natural world, like the nature goddess, basically. So
beautiful. And Tarot by Loophole only plants flowers that bees are attracted to.
Oh, Suzanne says you are a true queen beekeeper.
Janice. Okay.
Doll says you two are adorable. We can be.
Yeah, we can be. Thank you, Doll.
Okay, we got a question about free energy.
Is there anything else that we missed? Question. I'm a little concerned about RFK. Yeah.
Okay, let's go that.
Hop her in there. Welcome, Adele. I'm a little concerned about RFK and wondering why he is pushing these wearables. Is he still for the people?
Yeah. So the wearables are the those health monitors that are going to be like checking your stats and everything, but it's also, wow, what an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, and all tied into the
surveillance.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, I have so often with RFK Jr., I have seen him playing this sort of angle of trying to unite. Like, it's almost like he's looking strategically at the chess game 4 moves ahead and going, if he unites here, he can disenfranchise there. That's kind of what I've gotten, you know, and I'm not really attached to him being a good guy. Like, honestly, I mean, I hope he is. But I think that he has taken a lot of risks personally. And I see that you wouldn't do that willingly if you didn't have, you know, you wouldn't just put your neck on the line like that willingly. So, you know, he's gone against everybody. So
one way or another.
Yeah. So
one side or another.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my feeling is that he's looking at the longer strategy, that we just can't see the game board fully the way he can. And maybe this is a temporary, you know, lose a battle to win the war kind of thing.
Interesting.
Oh, you're going to ask a focus?
Can I?
Sure.
Should I?
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's an important topic to focus answer on.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Just so lovely.
Yeah. So, okay. Now, this might sound really awful in a way, but okay. He's, I think, looking strategically at the people who are going to want certain things, who are the voters right now. I don't know. I just feel like he's really speaking to the older generation, like the boomer generation, his generation, right? And I think he knows that a lot of them are not going to put a lot of attention into like looking after their health and changing their lifestyle, right? This is like, he really wants to put the focus on the children.
Yeah.
I think that he's strategizing to keep certain people in the game with him. He doesn't want to alienate people because he's got a bigger agenda. It's almost like he's going, these guys they're just going to line up for whatever's being offered anyway, because they're in the pill pushing mindset. Like they want this because they're going to find a way to do this no matter what. So I think he's going, you know what, that generation are going to do something like this anyway. So he might as well go along with it to some extent. But I think he's really focusing on changing the new paradigm for the future.
Yeah. And this is really like long game legacy building.
And the children.
Yeah, right?
We've got
and
like
the healing.
Legacy, the children, and the healing card.
So this outcome is absolutely stunning. Really beautiful. And
it feels like he's being pressured to, like, he can't say no to everything. So, but I do feel like, let's pull a couple of cards and see, does he have a strategy to make this backfire down the road? He's going to like continue to wrestle with it. He's going to keep an eye on it and keep wrestling with it. I think he sees that it might just like tie itself up in its own knots, like
be like a wave that comes through and then on to the next thing we go, because we're short focus culture or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's really going to kind of come through and be the thing, and then go, there'll be another thing that replaces it at some point. So I don't know that it's going to be, he's looking at way more the long game with this, and this is just a small piece in the whole picture.
Well, I mean, it is a big piece with regards to surveillance. Look, can we pull 2 more cards and see how this affects surveillance? One more. Okay, so it actually, I think, is going to open up some conversation about privacy, and there's going to be some pieces put in place. Like at least there will be an attempt to talk about privacy. So that's, I think he's going to want to like steer it in that direction as well. So again, we can either go this way in a public, government sort of focused strategy, or private companies can do this. And I think he's trying to keep it in the collective so that there's continued conversation about this, is what I'm getting.
Okay. Yeah. They are on Bs, and also RFK is at 2.0 version, central casting. They are awakening the public, right? You're right, quite possibly. Vibrations that influence our reality, and they offer guidance on how to harness these vibrations for personal growth. This is about the bees. Yep. Okay, beautiful.
So let's go down the other way.
This one.
Oh, free energy. Okay, we're going to a new question, folks.
Yep.
Here we go, free energy. So RFK Jr., keep your eyes on him and keep asking those questions and putting it out there on our back channels, because I'm absolutely sure that he's part of that and watching that and keeping track of where we're at with all of that. And again, it's trying to navigate between not pushing everybody away. I said the analogy I made before was, it's like Trump is bad cop and RFK Jr. is good cop. Like they've got this thing going on where Trump just pushes everybody's buttons, and RFK Jr. is trying to be sweet and friendly and work with people. But it's a strategy. Yeah, it's definitely a strategy, is what I'm being shown.
Okay, free energy. Great.
Free energy enable people all over the world to become more sovereign, become abundant, and more prosperous. Any time frame. Oh my gosh, Tracy, this is the best question. It's the best question, and I've been asking it for 30 years.
Right?
I'm like, yes, I really want this now. I want it. I want it. For so many reasons. And
I mean, all the masterful developers in the world, we know we've got systems for free energy already available out there.
And it's just this one is one of those head scratchers, kind of like the chem sprays for me. Free energy is like, why do we not have this? Like, what on earth is the holdup with this? This is one of those ones
can't
where
make
I just
money
go,
off us another way, like just.
Or I don't know what would be the purpose of. So let's have a look. Yeah, that was the one I was feeling too.
What do we want, Mama?
I think just 3 cards.
Okay. Well, there's definitely some energy cards there. Isn't that kind of wild? I wonder if, like, the Earth there's like, she's got some sort of mystery in terms of, like, ever wondering if the Earth has more of a play in timelines than we give it her credit for.
Yeah, and it's almost like, I think part of the issue, folks, is if we go to free energy, it literally removes patriarchal dominance. It's the end of the patriarchy being the dominant force on the planet. It levels everything. It levels the playing field across the board. And I think, are we ready to exalt the feminine again? Are we ready to bring the feminine into balance? It's literally a question about the mother, the earth, Gaia. It's a question about, are we ready to, because so much of the power and dominance and control is about controlling energy. And if energy is available to everyone, what do you have to control? It's wild. It's wild. It's a biggie. I actually feel like women are going to have a lot to do with demanding this. Funny, I've never seen this before, but look at this.
Yes.
The boundary queen, that she's going to like start this conversation and not let up.
Not let up.
Not let up. Just keep going. And we're going to make little steps. Baby, this is the victory card, slowly but surely, little baby step by baby step, incrementally, because it's really about shifting power back into at least a balance with the feminine and the masculine, which is in charge of everything, right? It's in charge of law and military and technology and politics, economics, everything. So it's just uncomfortable for the overall masculine. I mean, look at your personal relationships, everybody. Right? It's still uncomfortable for that to be balanced. And it's okay. We don't have to shame anybody. It's not horrible. It's just, it boils down to the masculine energies on this planet are not ready to give up their seat of power.
Yeah, or like also that free energy could come out and that it's not going to be manipulated by the masculine in a disrespectful way. Like, free energy needs to be brought through the feminine to and that's kind of like what the Great Mother is waiting for.
Interesting.
To bring that in, right?
I wonder if some of their efforts have gone awry. Oh, I'm laughing, but I'm not meaning to be disrespectful, but I'm just wondering if, like, Crystal is onto something there with, it is an energy that is based on having a balanced harmonic relationship. Look at that. 2 6s, harmony. It needs harmony to exist. And if energies that are power dominant or manipulative will mess with it, it will literally stop it from working.
Truly.
Like it's that sensitive. It's like a woman or a divine feminine energy, right? So it's like there's a delicacy in the sense of we need to be coming from a good place to really actualize this. Wow, this is cool.
This is why a lot of chaos comes up in general, right? Because it's the opportunity for the upgrade. It shows us where our energy is out of alignment. So it's a beautiful opportunity.
Yeah, and I'm interesting. The dweller saying not through the feminine, through the feminine in the male. Yes, when a man of power gives power, it is a feminine act, right? So again, I'm not speaking about necessarily men and women, but I am talking about an energy that we're not accustomed to it being. It's a lot more about the greater good of the collective and less about the ego.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bigger thing. And oh yeah, Cassandra is saying needs to get rid of war first, maybe. And that again is that aggressive, power dominant, centralized power dominant authority systems. Bingo.
Yeah.
So this is decentralized.
Yeah.
Right. And this is like an Aquarian age technology that is all about decentralizing power, literally power.
Yeah.
And we have to get to the point where we're willing to give up power. So it's that kind of thing where, let's say you were a wealthy person and you had all this homes and property and material things and stuff, and you were, needing to cash in to a new system where it wasn't so much, you weren't so much held in your status by what you owned, but by how you acted. It would be really hard, I think, for a lot of people who are used to relying on the power they have from exploitive power to shift into, like, they're just sort of lost. They would feel really afraid of that. And so I think it's coming. I want to say, if we could say a timeline, we've got those 2 6s there. So I think the sooner we move things in a good direction, 6 months, we start to really advocate for this. And I think it's a feminine force that's going to be asking for this because it does kind of level the playing field. So, it could be sooner than later that we at least see the beginning of the equalized distribution of this.
Yeah. I mean, right. Just like anything, be like the Joneses over. Yeah, just like anything, we're going to adapt and integrate in a more holistic long-term way if it doesn't just like all of a sudden we've gone into this whole new system, right? And so it feels like the time that it takes for us to all come into that harmonic space with nature and natural law within that frequency in ourselves, and the way that we start to share that energy with other people. I mean, energy is energy, right? So it's a lot about what we do with our energy as well, inside ourselves and also in our world.
That's
and
right.
How we utilize it, how we work with it. And then slowly over time, we're getting these like integrated ways that we can be tested on. Well, when we have these bits of free energy, what happens? How do we utilize it? How do we work with it? So hopefully we're going to get more opportunities to see what that's like.
Yeah, definitely. And I just think, isn't it interesting that it's as simple as shifting that internal dial to be in more of a harmonic, in a relational experience on planet Earth, and more interested in what we have to share, how we can contribute, how we can make things better than what we have to take, and how we can dominate, and how we can get just our needs met and just look out for ourselves, right? So it's a collective conundrum. And as Crystal's saying, we're the best work we can do around that is starting in our own selves. And then how interesting that we keep putting gentle pressure on those systems and asking these questions. What about free energy? What about free energy? What about free energy?
Yes.
Regularly, just keep that question going through all the chats, because it's almost like it went through a blast there for a while and then it got sort of less relevant.
Well, I mean, we got a lot of other things that blast in.
That's right.
So,
but at the same time, it does feel like it's kind of like the hinge pin that will change everything. So,
and it also looks like it's not coming from a place of necessarily of like fear, devastation. It's not coming from something like the 5 of Pentacles, or like where we're really getting into a place where we just like can't afford to live this way anymore. It's really just like continuous opportunities for us to step into all the upgrading that we've come here to do at this time as humanity.
And I wonder, thank you, Crystal. I wonder if it will be like a grassroots driven movement. I think it might be like, it might start just from so many kind of off-grid people, right? The off-grid communities are amazing. They're literally making it up as they go along. I mean, and they've been doing it. Some of them have been doing this for decades, right? So, I mean, it's almost like we were off-grid humans and then we got on-grid, but there's always been some that have been on that periphery. And off-grid doesn't mean you have to live without, a good quality of life in some hovel somewhere. Off-grid means that we use the technologies available to create in whole new systems. And it's not just solar energy, right? Like it's like just different ways. I watched this one incredible show. I love the whole tiny house movement and alternative building. I've been interested in that for a really long time too, like a long time. And I was watching one where this guy had designed this incredible home. And it was literally like he was so aware of everything, the angles of the sun and the moisture levels, and how he could do certain things in the building design to take advantage of, the air circulation at a certain time of year and all this stuff. And I was just like, I mean, that is technology. That is the technology of perception, observation, like a scientific analysis of things, and then using the common sense to create different designs of structures and modalities for our food production and all of that. Like there's just so much incredible intelligence and wisdom channeling in here right now. That is free energy. That is a type of free energy. It's the energy of people that are devoting themselves to exploring these things and coming up with new, incredibly ingenious ways of working with nature to make life amazing and high functioning and off grid. So let's have more of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Free energy is at hand, and so it is.
Love it.
Love it. That's us in a nutshell.
I guess we're there. We're at an hour. Boy, that just zipped by as it always does. So so many blessings to all of you as always, and we will see you here next week. A last little reminder about Crystal's sale, the ticker below there. You can use the coupon code farewell20 and receive 20% off sessions that are purchased before the 15th of August. You can book them into the future after that.
As needed, required.
Totally.
Blessings, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and joining the community. Please share these videos, like the videos. It helps so much. And if you're not already a subscriber to the YouTube channel, please subscribe and hit that notification for everything that's coming. Blessings. Till next time.
Bye for now,
See
everybody.
y'all again. Have a beautiful week. Did I end it?
You didn't.
I swear I did. Come